You didn't do it on purpose, did you? The agenda, we'll put it on this agenda. Yeah, but I would leave out the absent objection, just put it on that. All right, Commissioners, ladies and gentlemen, the August 11th, 2025 regular meeting of the Village Council of Forest Park will come to order. We begin our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you are able, please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
States of America,
and to the
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Maxim, Commissioner Nero,
Here.
Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Here.
Commissioner Vogt,
Here.
Mayor Hoskins.
Here. Approval of minutes. Commissioners, barring any objection, we're going to skip approving the minutes from the special budget meeting from July 28th. We'll approve those at the next council meeting. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, approval of the minutes from the July 28th annual appropriation ordinance hearing. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxim. Is there a second?
Nero second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Nero. Discussion? Okay, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim, Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt,
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. Approval of the minutes from the July 28th regular meeting of the council. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxim. Is there a second?
Nero second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Nero. Discussion? All right, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt,
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. Approval of the minutes from the July 28th closed meeting of the council. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxim. Is there a second?
Sure, Nero second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Nero. Discussion? Okay, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt,
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. All right, we're at public comment.
We don't have any public comment.
Okay, no public comment. Okay, there's no formal communications before the council tonight. There's no department reports. We're at bills by resolution. Madam Clerk, whenever you're ready.
Be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Forest Park, Cook County, Illinois, that we dispense with the reading of the individual bills inasmuch as each department head has approved and signed bills in the following aggregate amount for the respective departments. Refunds and allocations, $1,635. Public Affairs, $1,983.12. Police Department, $5,178.90. Accounts and Finance Clerk's Office, $199,393.29. Accounts and Finance Fire Department, $615,122.23. Department of Health and Safety, $505. Streets and Public Improvements, $88,246.21. Public Property, $31,968.75. Seizure, $1,937. Federal Customs, $19,715.85. TIF, $1,350. VIP, $5,270.56. Water Department, $432,823.95, for a total of $1,405,129.86.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, is there a motion to adopt the resolution on the bills?
Make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxim. Is there a second? It's been seconded by Commissioner Nero. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt,
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is Resolution R-72-25.
Commissioners, the first item under new business is an ordinance fixing the salaries for officials and employees of the Village of Forest Park from and after May 1, 2025. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxham. Is there a second? Okay, it's been moved by Maxham and seconded by Commissioner Nero. Discussion? Okay, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxam,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogovan,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is ordinance O-38-25.
Commissioners, the next item is an ordinance waiving the bid and authorizing the acceptance of a software service agreement by and between Xylem and the Village of Forest Park. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Vogt. Discussion. All right, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxam,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogovan,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is Resolution R-73. I'm sorry, this is ordinance O-39-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, next item is a resolution authorizing and approving the purchase of one 2024 Ford F-550 4x4 aerial lift truck. Is there a motion?
Make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Vogt. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Discussion?
Just want to say one quick thing. It came to my attention a few months ago, or a few weeks ago, I think, folks remember some pretty big storms went through this area. It's a lot of intense wind and rain and all that. And I was at work out in Lyle and a huge tree came down, crashed onto a coworker's truck. And so I checked in with Director Sella just to kind of see how Forest Park was doing. And, you know, we had sustained some damage, but he said it was minimal. And he had heard that there were a lot of surrounding neighborhoods that were definitely in worse shape. And I just wanted to kind of thank everybody and highlight the fact that the investments that we've been making over the years in our, urban forest management plan, in the, vehicles and equipment and stuff that they need, we are seeing a return on that investment. We're seeing, improved quality of our trees, and less of these sort of unknown, variable conditions where limbs are coming down or trees are coming down just because we don't know what shape they are and we're not taking care of them. So I just wanted to sort of highlight that and thank everybody for making that investment. I do think we are seeing a return on that.
Thank you, Commissioner Vogt. Any further discussion, Commissioners?
Yeah, I appreciate the investment in this vehicle because as we've discussed, it invests in the safety and well-being of our village crew. The current workarounds that we have are less than optimal in that regard. So,
Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxam, Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogovan,
aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is Resolution R-73-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, next item is a resolution authorizing the approval of pay request number 3 for water meter replacement project to Verigy Central. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Is there a second? It's been seconded by Commissioner Vogt. Discussion? Okay, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxam,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogovan,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is Resolution R-74-25.
Commissioners, next item is a resolution authorizing the approval of pay request number 4 for the water replacement meters project to Verigy Central LLC. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Vogt. Discussion. Okay, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxam,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogoven,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt, Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is Resolution R-75-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, the next item is a resolution approving pay request number 5 for AMI water meter replacement project to Verigy Central. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogoven. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Vogt. Discussion.
I'll just summarize that the work that we've been talking about tonight with Xylem and Verigy is with regard to the water meter replacements. And after a short delay, we're getting that work up and running and implemented in the village, and we're very excited about that change. It'll be a benefit for residents and make the village more efficient and effective. So very excited about that.
Thank you, Commissioner Mellon Rogoven. Any further discussion? Okay, if not, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxam, Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogoven,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is Resolution R-76-25.
Commissioners, the next item is a resolution authorizing and approving the purchase of body worn cameras for the police department. Is there a motion?
I'll
Make
make
the
the
motion.
motion. Oh,
How about a joint motion by Commissioners Maxham and Vogt? Is that acceptable, council? Do we have to have a second or can that suffice? Is there a second?
I'll second.
But I
We all agree.
How about a joint second
Yes.
between Commissioners Mellon Rogoven
We're
and Commissioner
falling all
Nero?
over ourselves.
How does that make you feel, Chief? It's all about you this evening. Wait till our reports. All right, so it's been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All right, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxam,
aye.
Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogoven,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is Resolution R-77-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, next item is a resolution ratifying the acceptance of a grant from the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, that motion goes to Commissioner Maxham. Is there a second? It's been seconded by Commissioner Nero. Discussion? Okay, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxam, Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogoven,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is Resolution R-78-25.
Commissioners, the final item under new business this evening is simply a motion seeking approval of request for solicitation by the Knights of Columbus. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxham. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been seconded by Commissioner Mellon Rogoven. Discussion. All right, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxam,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogoven,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is, oh, there is no resolution number, sorry.
All right, that concludes our new business for this evening. Our administrator is on a well-deserved vacation. We're at Commissioner reports. Commissioner Maxham.
I want to take a moment today to reflect on our recent budget meeting, which I think is worthy of taking a moment here and again in the future. And I want to talk about the financial realities that we face as a village. As you all know, we are carrying a $15 million overall deficit. And the most urgent part of that is over $6 million in our general fund alone, which is a huge problem. over 2 million of that is money that we have borrowed from one of our other funds, from our TIF fund primarily, which is a restricted fund set aside for development. While it is perfectly legal for us to do that, it points to a gigantic problem we have if we need to fill $2 million of an operational budget with money from another fund. That's a really big problem. So again, it's legal, but it's not sustainable. And that's a $2 million that we need to pay back to that fund someday. And we don't have a plan in place to do that. I also want to talk again about how since 2022, revenues have gone up 17%, which sounds really good until we look at our expenses, which have gone up 26% in the same amount of time. And again, that's a gigantic problem that we have. And I don't understand why we're not all panicking, because to me, that feels like we need to be on a real doomsday budget when it comes to that. And we have to stop saying no to development and sources of revenue that we have. So I'm going to talk again about the places of eating tax, which we directed staff not to take any action on right now. And I understand the reasons for that. I listened to all the business owners, and I've talked to business owners too. I know that that would be a huge burden for them. I listened, I heard that, I understand that's their livelihood we're talking about. But what we need to be more concerned about is the burden on the village right now, and the fact that we have over $6 million deficit just in our general fund. That means that we spent that much more than we brought in. And we can't just say no because we don't want to hurt other people. One of the things I've been thinking about is how, aside from grants, which are pretty special when they come in, there's no such thing as free revenue for any municipality. So every single dollar that we have, and tonight we talked about, investing in the safety of our public works crew, which is really, really important. And we talked about, the body worn cameras, which are really important, and, we're legally required to have them. We talk about a fire engine that we're going to need to replace to the tune of millions and millions of dollars, right? All that money has to come from somewhere, and we don't have it right now. And so when we talk about, investing in our town, we can't do that unless the money is coming from somewhere else. And either that's property taxes, or it's sales tax revenues, it's fees, it's other things that we charge places. One way or another, somebody out there has to pay, except for grants, in order for this community, for Forest Park as a town, to benefit as a whole. The newspaper wrote an editorial, and they said that by not putting the places of eating tax into motion, that we just punted again. And I agree 100%. I think that was a really big mistake. We didn't even negotiate. We didn't say, okay, 2% is too much, 1% is too much. What about 0.75%? It was just a flat out, no, we're not even going to talk about this. And that to me feels like a real big failure of us sitting up here. It's hard to ask people to sacrifice, but we're here to do really, really hard things to make this town sustainable. And we're not doing that. We can't keep saying no to things, and that includes development. And on that point, and not to beat a dead horse, but I'm going to, a few months ago, the council majority voted down another opportunity for revenue and development, and that was with the proposed zoning code changes. These changes, again, I want to remind people, they were vetted and approved by our Planning and Zoning Commission. And if you've ever been to a planning and zoning meeting, you know that this group of residents, they are educated, they're smart, they spend hours and hours and hours and days of time working on this. So it was vetted by a group of residents like us who came together to spend time on this. It was supported by village staff. It was endorsed by our contracted planning firm, Muse. And it was backed by Director Steve Glinke, who has served this community for 40 years. And still, the majority of this board right here said, nope, we're not going to do it. And that was a really big setback for development. And I'm hearing about that from residents who wanted to do work on their houses, and from developers who wanted to come in and develop in this community. And we said no. Again, another time that we just said, nope, don't want to do it. Our finances and how we address them as a council should be our #1 highest priority. Before anything else we do, we should always be asking ourselves the question, does this move us closer to financial stability or push us further into the red? Because we are so far in the red right now that it's really scary. And if you guys aren't scared, then maybe I'm on a different planet. I don't know. I just feel like I'm feeling this urgency that no one else seems to feel. And so I'm urging us as a council to work really hard to identify new sources of revenue. I know at the meeting, we did come up with a few, like I know that Michelle has a committee who's working on the parking, and we're going to put in a plan in place to bring in to put in an amnesty program so we can collect some of the outstanding parking. But we need to be looking at every option out there and saying yes to this and yes to this and yes to this, or we are not going to be financially stable. And Commissioner Nero has asked this before of the residents. If anyone has ideas, come forward. I think anything should be on the table because the status quo is not working and is not going to fix this. And then on a different note, but speaking of Director Glinke, and I think Commissioner Nero is going to talk about this too, I want to congratulate him on his 40-year milestone as a Village of Forest Park employee. I'm not going to go into his background, but I am going to say that working at the newspaper for several years and then working here in the council, I have never, hands down, met anybody who has more knowledge about this town than he does. If he ever offers to take you around on a tour of the town, take him up on that because you will learn something no matter how long you've lived here, and you will have a really good time doing it. He is wildly intelligent, he's loyal, and he's a very, very funny and kind person. I want to say the village is lucky to have him. Unfortunately, he's not here tonight, but would also be angry at me for talking about him publicly. And I'm lucky to call him a friend. So that's all I have 2 more things really quick. There's a police swearing in this Friday at 10. And on August 29th, we're swearing in a new firefighter also at 10. So come to those and support our first responders. Thank you.
August 29th?
August 29th, is that correct, Chief? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Maxim. Commissioner Nero.
You brought up some great points there, Commish. I think that, between revenue and development, those are really 2 big things in the Village of Forest Park. I agree with you that we, after the last budget meeting, just looking at the minutes, that there's some action that we need to take. And I think it takes us to constantly put pressure on those action items and make sure that they're moving forward. I've been on this council for 6 years, or serving the village for 6 years now, and it seems like maybe after the budget meetings, some things kind of slip or slide or for whatever reason. But I think it's really incumbent upon us to look at each one of those line items. And if it wasn't places of eating taxes, there's a handful of other things, to your point, and we should push those past the goal line to see where we could be financially moving forward. But we can't let up on that. And as far as the zoning, I hope we can get to a spot. Hope's a bad strategy, but property tax revenue through development is critical, and we left a pretty big hole. It's not much from my department from a commissioner report lately, because there's just not a whole lot of development right now, and there was some significant opportunities, I think, that potentially were squandered. That I hope we can get things back on the rails at some point. And yes, not a big Facebook guy, but I did, it was brought to my attention that Director Glinke has a pretty significant milestone, 40 years serving this village. 40 years is a tremendous milestone and a wonderful accomplishment. He started off in 1985 as in the fire department, where he went on to be chief for I think 16 or 17 years. And then from there was double dipping kind of deal, or serving. That's probably a negative connotation, but
Can't say that.
also moved into a
Say-
role with the building department, which is now the Department of Public Health and Safety. And so for 40 fabulous years, he's got what I call tribal knowledge. There's not a database or a notebook of the information that man has up in his head that's relevant to the Village Forest Park. So if you do have an opportunity to discuss, talk, or work with him, he has become a confidant, a good friend of mine, and is someone that you could bounce things off of. You always know where you stand with Director Glinke, and I wish you many more happy years of service here in the Village Forest Park. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Commissioner Nero. Commissioner Mellon Ragovan.
Yes, I also posted online for those of you who are on the Facebook and the interwebs, congratulating Director Glinke on his 40 years of service. I did so also for our village clerk when she reached a similar milestone, not quite 40 years, but I think it is important to acknowledge the depth and breadth of our expertise that we have in Village Hall and the tremendous commitment and knowledge base that we have in our village staff and the commitment that they show to our residents and to us as elected representatives of the business community and most importantly, the residents of our village. And I, for one, as a resident and a representative, have learned a great deal from our village staff and Director Glinke in particular, and will continue to seek his advice and input in the work that I do so that I can continue to be effective in my role. I wanted to highlight that after the budget meeting, I have also done reflection, and in particular, I reached out to Commissioner Nero with some additional thoughts I had about his comments about obtaining revenue and ways that I thought his comments were especially insightful and important to me in processing and thinking about how we could work together across our council and being productive in understanding and working together. I think one of the things that we have as a village council is different perspectives and different ways of thinking about very complex problems and different backgrounds and ways of approaching those problems. And our budget deficit and our finances are definitely a key problem, as Commissioner Maxham highlighted. I think the measured approach that our village staff takes is put us in a very good position to be able to analyze some of those questions and to think in the short term and the long term about how we can make effective decisions and then look across our skill sets to be able to say what kinds of things can we do in the legislative space, in the property tax space, in working together with our business community, in our all the pain points that we have. And in fact, I thought our budget conversation was especially important for that reason. And again, I think it's something that we need to continue to work on, as I think Commissioner Maxham has highlighted. I am not panicked. I am not scared. I don't think for myself those things are helpful. I am trying to analyze and understand what is necessary in the decisions that we need to make over time. I'm not being a judge. I'm not judging anybody. I think we all come from this, from very important places. So, but I do take very much so the observations that my colleagues have made that this is an ongoing series of questions and issues that we have to maintain an engagement at a policy level to provide input to village staff about things that we learn about, things that we care about, things that residents care about, and that we provide ongoing guidance to village staff to implement as we learn more. Some other items that I wanted to address was just a couple of things going on in the community. We're back to school. Tomorrow is the D91 back to school event on the Park District grounds. That event starts at 4 p.m. And I know I'll be there to welcome registered students in the D91 school district back to their school year. And in general, want to highlight that it's time to be aware that next week, those students will be going back to school, walking, biking, I hope, and also being dropped off in cars. And just to know that street safety is really important for students walking back and forth to school, for street pickups during those hours, the school hours. Want to be aware of students coming back and forth to school. Our Traffic and Safety Commission is meeting on August 20th. We welcome you to join us on the lower level of Village Hall where we are for some really exciting work that we're doing to improve traffic safety for all of us in Forest Park. 209 Scholarship met last week to award scholarships to students in the Proviso area. I was very happy to be a part of that event. Looking forward to Garage Galleries coming up at the end of the month, along with a food aid event for people who we're actually raising money in Forest Park on Madison Street with O'Sullivan's and Roberts West Side to support our area communities in need for food aid. A lot of the organizations you'll be familiar with. And I just want to say I enjoyed the last Stoop sessions, which was held behind Altenheim. And I'll be enjoying the Friends of Fisher House golf outing next Monday. So just a few things happening, and enjoy August. Seems to be going by very, very quickly.
Thank you, Commissioner Millen Rogovin. Commissioner Vogt.
Thanks. First thing, I want to just ask folks to please save the date for the fall cleanup. It will be Saturday, September 13th. This is our 5th year hosting the cleanup, and we were thrilled to have record turnout this spring. And I just hope folks will join us again this fall and make it even bigger, and I will have more information coming soon. And then last Saturday, August 2nd, from about 10 to 6, I participated in a ride-along with Lieutenant Dan Miller. And I just want to thank him and Chief Gross and the department for accommodating my request. We know that the job of a police officer is not easy and can be very dangerous. But to spend time with them and see their day firsthand, it provides a fuller picture of their work, and I hope a deeper understanding of it. As an elected official, I think that's very important, and the decisions we make affect the police department and also the community and residents and other village departments. So I welcome the opportunity to get more information, and I work to expand my perspective and understanding to help me provide the best service and policy decisions to the village. So this was a wonderful opportunity and a very informative experience. So I thank them for that. And I just want to add that over the last several years, I have observed the police department in many different and often difficult situations. And time again and again, like the officers I saw were incredibly professional and calm and patient. And this past Saturday was no exception. As a resident and commissioner, I certainly appreciate the dedication to this level of service to our community, but also personally, I deeply admire their ability to meet each incident and each person with that same level of integrity and humanity and professionalism. It's not an easy job. And you certainly continue to set the bar high. So I just want to thank Lieutenant Miller and Chief Gross and everyone in the department for their exemplary service to Forest Park. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Vogt. Last week, the acting superintendent for District 91 came to Village Hall to meet with me and Administrator Entler. And we discussed the ongoing partnership between the village and District 91, in particular, maintaining the safety of the schools. And after that meeting, I think he went over to see Chief Gross. And so I want to say that we're getting off to a good start with the acting superintendent, Hubbard. And I expect to have open communications ongoing and a successful start to the school year. And with that, I will end my commissioner report. And the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. It's been moved by Commissioner Nero. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Maxham. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogoven,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt, Mayor Huskins.
Aye, we are adjourned.